We left everything behind to build our dream home. Today's a big day. We're going to make some pretty important design decisions and we really don't want to get them wrong.
Just going over there, doing Tamika stuff. That's cool. Checking out the designs.
Hey guys, we're here at Tamika Moffat Designs and we're getting ready to go in to have a meeting to check out all the interiors, fixtures, tiles, walls, everything, you name it. We're looking at it and we can't wait to pick some stuff and start to finalise some pieces and can't wait to show you either.
Selections for and had a look at some preliminary finishes. Going through again just some lighting schedules that we've sort of looked at for some pendants, so where we're looking at putting them. We've also done all our strip drains and where we want everything to go. So we've done our floorways for our floorways as well, and where we want our strip drains.
FutureFlip are the builders and the architects, but when they design the building, they basically focus on the exterior and how the majority of the rooms are sit, but they don't really focus too much on the detail. That's kind of the interior designer's job. They really focus on like small things, as like where the curtains go in the walls, the tiles, the finishes, what appliances, where the PowerPoints go, all the minor things that really add up to make the finished product feel polished. It's the first time we're seeing all of these things. They've gone and done a fixtures and finishes panel for us to have a look at, so we're super pumped to see it. It's an extremely important part of the build, and it's one of those things everyone that builds always says there's something they could have done better, and I know that that's going to happen to us as well, but we're trying to minimize those things because there's a lot here. We've got two buildings that we're trying to do at the same time, so we're trying to make sure that we get everything right.
The ceiling does come in at 2.7. So all the height of your other doors and windows are 2.4.
So after our meeting with Tamika, we went through a whole bunch of stuff, but there were still some things that we needed to cover after because we needed to go back home and actually process it all and look through. So we got the printed A3s, we flicked through the pages, we annotated everything. So we then organised a call to jump on and actually see the walkthrough of the 3D, because it's something that we didn't really get, I especially didn't get to see that much of, trying to document the whole process. So we're going to have a meeting, jump on, and then spend a little bit of time just going through some of the things that we had questions about and things that we thought maybe we could just change. Because we just want to smash through the decisions. There's so many of them. So we're just using this as an opportunity to actually go through, sit down again, and then just clarify the points that we felt needed clarifying. So let's go.
So this is obviously from the perspective of the main dwelling in the living area. You can see we've got the freestanding fireplace, obviously the raked ceiling, pitch ceiling. Outside for the Airbnb for the guests, and then main kitchen in through to the butler's pantry, and the centre piece, which is the fireplace design, which acts as a block from the front entry to the living kitchen dining space. As well, that's double-sided, so guests can enjoy that from both sides. And if we go around to the other side of that fireplace, we can see the entry.
What do you reckon with those doors there? Do you reckon we stack them all to one side so you can be a full opening, or because they currently open in the center and kind of slide? I don't know how big that opening is.
Yeah, and I think for window coverings, like we've got a sheer curtain on there. I think for window coverings, if we want to zoom out a little bit, Christy, I think it's probably nice center opening, because then we can split the window covering center opening and actually,
This little area, can we just have a quick stop here in the sort of kids or this one? I haven't seen this one.
Yeah. So that's where the wall is currently, not where we'd like to push it to. So you can see it is a little bit of a tighter space. If we zoom back out, come back out this way. Yeah, it feels a little bit like the sofa's pretty close to the hallway there.
Yeah.
Especially to go and have a look at the outside of the building, that's sort of been developed as well. We developed that at that very early concept stage for design development to see. That's a beautiful space out there. You want to pan back out. We've got a beautiful space for, an overflow for guests on this side.
Yeah.
Some dining and seating, and then if we pan around to the other side where the pool is, you've got your sunbeds. Haven't developed the fire pit. There's a big fire pit down in here as well. You can see the space is set there, which is quite nice.
You just have to make sure it's wind protected, I reckon, that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always windy here.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot, that one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you guys have done the stone there as well, which is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a canyon fell, so we actually put the stone in that you liked and selected.
Yeah. Okay. Sick.
We'll pan around here so you can have a look and see.
There's just some furniture in the middle of the farm.
Yeah, it's great. It's for the cows to sit on, get comfortable.
Nice, I love it. What brand do you reckon we go with that?
I reckon we use a fair bit of black leather because there'll be a fair bit of mud from the cows. So if we go black leather,
yeah, they won't feel offended at all either.
Yeah.
It's their brother, and your brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a look.
And Tamika, before you guys just continue, I don't want to take up any more of your time because this is heaps.
Yeah.
And you have done all this already with us, so I don't want to waste any more of your time. So it's up to you if you want to continue or not, but we've got the docs now that we'll go through and make markups and then send back to you.
Thank you so much. We look forward to getting your feedback and it's been great.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so after the Tamika visit, we decided to book in a meeting with the FutureFlip team at some of their new builds that they're busy finishing. Both of them are based in Jiroa, amazing builds right there on the water. So they got two next to each other. One's nearing completion and one's probably halfway through. It just gives us a nice insight into see, obviously the building process and how they build, and then also just seeing the different stages. The one that's nearing completion is really cool to see some finishes, some door choices. There's a whole bunch of things that we need to decide on, and seeing them in real life makes it that much easier. So we've decided to do that, so we're going to go and visit them right now. We chose FutureFlip because of the work that we saw on Instagram. It looked really awesome and we really wanted a builder that was near the area where we're building. We're obviously building in the South Coast and a lot of their work was down here, so it sounded like a really cool option for us to choose. Another thing that really drew us to them was that they do the design and build, and their designs looked really cool. We really liked their aesthetic. That obviously when you choose a house you want to choose a sort of an aesthetic, and we thought they could execute on the plan, so that's why we went with them. And yeah, it was one of those really cool journeys where, we waited in the queue, met the team, and then they actually ended up executing and building, designing some really cool designs for, both homes, the primary and the secondary dwelling. So we're very excited to, start working with them originally. So something that I think a lot of people, and especially us, didn't really realize when building is the amount of decisions you have to make. They're unlimited, right? So for us, what we're trying to do in this build is try and find things that work and then just replicate them, rather than try and be, fancy in every bathroom. And this is something that the interior designers really highlighted, is like you build or design one bathroom and you clone stamp that across 4. You don't try and do anything different. It could be just a mirror. A lot of the bedrooms are exactly the same. So you just try and make the decisions. And we're also trying to make decisions and then lock them in, because what you can end up doing is umming and ahhing and then going, is that the right decision? Should we have done that? Should we have done something else? And by just making your decision, being happy with that decision and moving on, it really helps move the process forward. Another thing that we find really hard is just finding the actual time to do it. We both work full time, so it's really difficult to fit that in, so you end up doing it in the night times or in the weekend. It can create a lot of pressure, especially when people are waiting for your decision to move forward. So we've really tried to fit that in, but there's a lot of work. So especially when you're doing so many different things, especially in this project, we have the primary dwelling, the secondary dwelling, and we have a whole bunch of sheds and other things that need to also be worked on. So it just creates a lot of volume, a lot of decision. The decision fatigue is real. And it's something we're just trying to keep on top of as we go. So yeah.
Hello, I'm Bodie, and I'm so happy for the houses to finish building. I am going to have ducks and horses.
Horses?
All the
names for the ducks?
Rosie.
Rosie, that's a beautiful name.
I know.
All right.
And the horse can be Gallop.
Gallop.
Yep, Gallop.